Welcome, Leo. This is your weekly focus, March the 25th through to the 31st, 2024. I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you for being here, and we will dive right into the cards. Okay, we have the Judgment card. This usually means, especially in the first position, that something great is going to come in. Something for all your hard work, what you give to the world. Okay, where you have embraced your unique talents and shared your creativity with the world. This is where it comes back to you in some form, in some way. So to have the Judgment card as the first card is, very rare to have, actually. Very rare to have, actually. With all the years of cards, I can probably name you the number of readings I've had with this card first. It rarely comes first. So this means that, where you've been pushing forward, where you have been trying, where you just feel like you haven't been hitting the mark, you actually have been. Okay, so this is a card telling you to keep going forward strong as well. This is also a little bit about a rebirth or connecting with your higher self. The Two of Wands. So summoning in what we truly want in our life. Where you want growth. Where you want to unleash your self-expression, perhaps. Your creativity. Your knowledge, your wisdom. This is understanding what we want to bring in. Okay, and we do have a full week of, well, the lunar eclipse, actually a full moon energy. So with that full moon energy is a lot about completions and endings, but here we are looking at what we want to summon in and what we need to remove in order to bring it into existence. Maybe there's a barrier. Maybe there's some way that you feel that you can't go forward. Maybe there's something blocking you. Maybe it's the opinions of others. Maybe it's your own self-confidence. So this would be a beautiful time into increasing your self-confidence, taking care of yourself. When we take care of ourselves, when we take time to pamper ourselves, that automatically raises our self-confidence because we are saying we deserve this time. We deserve this pampering. We deserve. So don't wait for somebody else to do it for you this week. Do it for yourself. And we have the Nine of Pentacles telling me that you have reached a certain point and you you've accomplished everything. You've accomplished so much. You have done all you can on this path, and it's time to embrace a new path forward. Now, we know that's coming with the solar eclipse. Absolutely. That's going to mark all kinds of new beginnings in our life. So once again, this is about going forward, but this is about, this is a highly spiritual card to talk to God, your angels, your guides, your higher self, the universe, source. Okay, we'll go into work and career here. We've got the Eight of Wands, so this is about expanding the horizon, to realizing you can do so much more. Maybe it's diversifying. Maybe it is expansion in some way. So if you have like a side hustle or something, you're looking at diversifying it. You're looking at the expansion of that. You've kind of, it's time now for more. It's time for more. This could take you on learning adventures, travel adventures. And during that travel time, you will learn something, you will take something away, and probably is to apply to work, career, your stature, growing your prosperity, your abundance. This is a lot of new energy coming in. This is a lot of new paths opening up to you. And it's also paths to, um, It's like the introduction to a path going forward. Like we need to learn something first, or we need to dive into something first in order to really, sink our teeth into it, really get to know it, really understand it for what it is. And I think you'll have a curious enough mind to do that. The Five of Cups. This is growing your self confidence. This is taking care of you. This is, maybe more on a personal level, that you forgive yourself for past mistakes, those things that are holding you back. Because when we have what we consider failures, disappointment in ourselves, shame in our personal world, it leaks into our career, it leaks into our prosperity, our abundance overall. Well, this is a time to understand that there are two cups awaiting to be filled there, not one cup, two cups waiting to be filled there. So, how are you going to fill them? Drop that cloak, feel alive, stretch your wings and fly, is what I hear. We've got the Four of Pentacles. What are we holding on to? Now, this could be as easy as you want to go after that promotion, or you want to go after that new job, or you want to step away from it and do your own money stream, or you want to, change things up in some way. And it could even be something personal. Like you could want to move towns, but that wouldn't be feasible because now you have to get a new job. What I'm trying to, let's backtrack to the beginning of the thought, though, is you don't want to leave your work family. You don't, you feel like there's a bond. You feel like you're needed there. You're wanted there. People see you there. You don't know about going into some new waters because you don't know how you'll be accepted or how you'll be treated and if you'll be embraced with open arms. And so we hold on to the past a little bit. We stagnate our movement a little bit because it's comfortable enough here. Does that make sense? And it's a time to reach out. It's a time to get curious. It's a time to, embrace. Embrace. Okay, let's see here. Let's go over here. We've got an excellent opportunity will be offered to you. Scholarships or the pursuit of education, time to get to work. Yeah, so I really too believe there's some kind of learning experience coming in for you. It could be a mentor. It could be, you simply found a 2-hour YouTube video that covers everything that you wanted to know on the subject. So it doesn't have to be that you're signing up for some formal education. You might come across a book and just dive right into it. You might come across a podcast and start listening to episode after episode. But there's some kind of learning happening here. An excellent opportunity will be offered to you. And I kind of get that. I feel like your path is expanding. There's the expansion of your path. Absolutely. Let's get another card. We got committed to romantic relationships being swept off your feet, situations or topics that make your heart flutter. So maybe our mind isn't on work this week. It's more in our relationships this week. Yeah, that could very well be. Let's see here. We got follow your heart, a love of home and family, trustworthy psychic information. So follow that gut. Follow that intuition. Lean into your sage wisdom this week. It's going to lead you along paths and that's the Queen and the Knight of Raphael. Okay, so there's emotion there. There's also challenges to be had. So embrace those challenges that come to you this week when it comes to growing opportunities for you. Growing in any part of your life too. Because that all gets behind growing your confidence. Okay, your personal growth, your self-expression, your creativity. Let's go to love and relationships. We got the Queen of Pentacles. This is, we don't need to throw money at the relationship, first of all. It's more of what our heart gives. It's more of our presence. If anything else, it's our presence. We don't need to do any more than that. So don't be spending your money. If you've been going through a hard time within a relationship, and this could be a best friend, it could be a spouse, it could be a parent, it could be a dear friend at work, your close circle, right? When we're talking about love, when we're talking about relationships, don't forget yourself in the mix. Okay, but the storm has passed here. So whatever you are going through, it comes to some kind of resolution coming into this week. Absolutely. We sit there in a self confidence. We know who we are within the relationship, and we know what we want within the relationship. I think those things are very clear to us. And this might have been where we have been having a little bit of pushback within certain relationships, because we want to stand in our own. We want to go forward in the way we want to go. I mean, that could be another thing too. You know, somebody close to you doesn't want you to move forward in your job or anything. They don't want you to grow. They don't want you to prosper for some reason. Which is, you know, it shouldn't matter what you do. Um, so don't let somebody block you from going in the direction you want. We have the Knight of Cups. Well, this is heartfelt. This is getting together with somebody you love and just spending time with them. This could be the knight in shining armor. If you are looking for someone to come in and whisk you off your feet, this would probably be the week that it happens. But this is really, you know, having lunch together, having a drink together, you know, taking the time out to see them. Uh, but it's more of a heart connection. And when we stand close to each other, obviously our auras collide. So, and that's how when we're sitting next to somebody, we can automatically pick up things. You ever have somebody jump into the car and all of a sudden you're like, what's the matter? Because their aura hits your aura without you even knowing that you're reading it. Of course, you're reading it. You do have the talent to do all these things, okay? It's just usually we do it subconsciously because when we try, we make it harder than it needs to be. And we've got justice. Justice is making that commitment to the relationship, showing up for that relationship, doing the hard work it takes to grow that relationship into the magical relationship you want it to be. This is about there's emotion here. There's lines that have to be drawn here. There's conversations that need to be had within our relationships in order to keep them strong. There might be some kind of collaboration that's needed. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So, what feelings are coming up when you think about certain relationships? And how can you address that feeling in a positive way? Maybe it's growing that relationship, maybe it's making space in that relationship. You are the priority. Okay, let's look at growing. Our inner power, the Wheel of Fortune. Times are moving forward. It is time to grab a journal. I don't know how many people I've told this to in the last several weeks, especially in personal readings over and over and over again. I'm saying you got to get a journal. I almost feel like, you know, when I'm out on the road and stuff, taking the stack of journals with me and pens and just here you go. You're gonna need this. It's so vitally important to journal. Now, if you are like me, okay, I go into like the Walmarts of the world and I'm like, I'm not paying that. That's crazy. And then I went to Costco and they have a 4-pack for like 15 bucks. I get no kickback off of that. And they're pretty cool looking. They're pretty nice, you know? So they come in two different styles of colors and I got these. I wanted to buy them all. I should have bought them all for all the people I'm doing. So, you know, I'm telling you, just start journaling. Please start journaling. Okay, start writing your life the way you want it to turn out. Say in the next 6 months, in the next 3 months. You could write tomorrow up if you want. Okay, but write it in the present tense. Absolutely. Where do you see yourself? Where do you want to be? What kind of magic do you want to infuse your reality? Okay, the seasons are changing. And so look at where, you know, take ownership. I mean, we're always changing. We're always changing. We're always growing. We're always transforming. But this is where we are conscious of our growth, conscious of what we're asking to come in, conscious of our direction forward. We have the Four of Wands. Well, this could be a marriage proposal. I would have to go back to friends and family and close loved ones again, though. And it's about celebrating those little moments of accomplishments with each other. If you sat down and met for tea or coffee together, before you leave, give each other a hug and tell each other that you love them. I tell everybody I love them. My goodness, what's there to hate? And those people that have proven that, well, I don't say it to them, but I pray for them. But this is, we got four wands in the ground. We got a little bit of garland up, so it's worth celebrating this step we've made. It's not a castle. I grant you that. It's not a castle, but we've made some kind of step towards growing that relationship deeper, stronger, building that castle. We've got the Six of Pentacles. Once again, we're back to relationships, making sure that there is balance in the relationship, that you're not doing all the doing or you're not doing all the taking. Okay, where do you need to step up in relationships? Where do you need to back off? Where do you need to draw lines? Where do you need to have a heart to heart? Where do you need to see them? Where do you need them to see you? And we have the Four of Swords here. So rest, recuperation. This card has come up in everybody's reading, I think. And during any kind of full moon or new moon, we do kind of get a zap on our energy. It's drained a little bit, which is just fine. The 48 hours before to the 48 hours after and the day of, we can just feel like, can't get out of bed kind of energy, can't get motivated kind of energy. And so allow yourself that time. Allow yourself that time to rest, recuperate, to just take off the armor, hang up the weapons, pamper yourself, rest, self-care, because you know that when you get up and you open up that door, you're going to meet that sunlight that is shining through that window. We have vacation. Take time for rest and relaxation. I do believe there could be a day trip, if nothing else, for you. Maybe you're just traveling in your mind. Maybe you meditate. But take time for relaxation and adventure. I do think there are adventures waiting for you. And they're going to, add something to what you want to learn, of what you want to dive into, of what you want to gain a deeper knowledge or understanding for. We've got illusion, embrace the truth. So where have you been wearing those rose-colored spectacles? Where have you been allowing for, those red flags to pop up and you just keep pushing them down? Where do you, maybe you just haven't sat there and actually balanced your budget in a while because you don't have hardly any money, so you're worried about the number. Sit down and do it. Get a realistic approach. Friendships, get a realistic approach. Work and career, get a realistic approach. And good fortune, invite the magic in. Once again, it's inviting that magic in. I suggest you do that through journaling, but just the imagination of what kind of magic that you want to appear in your life will do it. And we'll get one more card here. And we got the dragon. Discover your courage. Grow that self-confidence. Okay? How do we grow our self-confidence? The easiest way is by pampering ourselves, taking care of ourselves, doing something nice for ourselves, complimenting ourselves. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.